We'll keep it rolling now with the Ole Miss offense. Joining us now, co-offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss, wide receiver Trey Harris, and tight end Caden Prescorn. Just a couple of opening statements. Coach, talk about just getting through bowl week and what the experience has been like, and now sort of shifting the focus to game day.
Yeah, it's been extremely exciting being here at the Peach Bowl. It's been very welcoming, really fun to be here. It's cool seeing the competition stuff last night and just kind of all the festivities that you get. But our players have been great. They've been super focused, in the preparation, getting ready for the game. So obviously it's always unique when you have such a long break in between games. But our guys have done a phenomenal job. They're really excited to be here, and we're just ready for the game.
All right, thanks, Coach. Trey and you guys have obviously gotten to do a lot of fun stuff off the field. What's been your favorite event so far?
My favorite event was probably last night, just going through the College Hall of Fame, just seeing the history and seeing all the bowls and everything like that, and seeing all the players that were inducted and stuff like that. It was probably my favorite part so far.
Yeah. Caden, what about you? What was your favorite
definitely
event?
Definitely the same thing, seeing the College Football Hall of Fame, because I've never got to see that or experience that before, and it was awesome to see that. And just being at a team event with us in Penn State, it was kind of fun just to interact with each other and just compete against each other.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I've been doing this. That was my 24th of those, and that was by far the most energy that we have had. I've never seen players stand on chairs before, getting into it that much. That was fun, and congratulations on the big win. I'm not saying anything, but about 90% of the time, the team that wins the belt wins the game.
Like to hear that.
So I'm not saying anything. All right, let's do some questions. We'll start right here, second row on the far right.
This is for Trey and Caden. You guys came from Group of 5 schools. I imagine you guys grew up watching games like this. Now that you're here, you're going to play in a game like this. What is this experience, this moment like for you guys?
It's surreal. Exactly how you say you grow up watching games like this, and to finally be a part of it it's honorable. It's a huge honor to be a part of a game like this, and it's a dream come true. We all want to go out there and play in the big games. And to be able to do that is huge for me, especially for me in my career and everyone else on this team.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely probably the biggest game of my career. Just New Year's Six Bowl on the biggest stage, and one of the biggest stages in college football. So we just coming, just how I've came up, just as a walk-on and all that, just to play in one of these games is just surreal.
Right here, second row, left.
This is Kyle Golick from Mike Farrell Sports. This is for Coach Weiss. I talked to Coach Poindexter in the last session, and he cited tempo as what makes you guys unique to Penn State. What does the Penn State defense do that makes them unique to you?
Yeah, I think they're just an extremely well-coached, disciplined football team. They play very assignment sound, very minimal busts, very minimal mental errors, and they've got players at all three levels of the defense. They've got a great D-line, they've got linebackers, they've got secondary pplayers. So I think just top to bottom, they're the most, probably the most complete defense, I've seen. And so it's extremely impressive, and just how they have those players and get them to play very assignment sound. I think just very well-structured overall defense.
All right, next question. All right, row two.
Trey, I know we've kind of asked you this before, but now that you're here and through this practice, what kind of momentum can you carry, and Caden as well, into next season with the win and just kind of having success this week?
It'll be a lot of momentum going into next year. We go out there and get a dub. We're playing against a blue blood type of program, so it'd be good to go out there and get a win against them. And then on top of that, we'd be doing something we've never done in Ole Miss history and getting our 11th win. So just having those two milestones ahead of us going into next year would be huge and bring a whole lot of momentum, especially for next year.
This one's for Caden. Obviously, you dealt with some injuries and some personal stuff early in the season. At what point this year did you feel healthy and ready, I guess, within the offense, knowing what you needed to do? When did it kind of click for you?
I'd say probably right after the bye week during the Auburn week, I got mostly healthy or all the way back, and I felt really comfortable in the offense because dealing with that foot injury and just everything else that's happened, it got set back a little bit, kind of taken away from football. But I feel like that week kind of helped me, getting through the bye week, then getting through Auburn week, I feel like that's when I became healthy.
All right, back over here, row 2 on the left.
So I'm following up on Coach White's statement. Hopefully the guys here can also elaborate on this. You called the Penn State defense one of the most complete defenses that you've seen all year. You guys also had the luxury, and I'm going to use luxury in quotation marks, to go up against Alabama and Georgia, who are perennially top defenses in the country. So how does Penn State compare to Alabama and Georgia in your mind?
This for us?
Yeah, who's that?
For us, they compare pretty well. We know statistically they're the top defense in the country. Going out there against them is going to be a great matchup, and we're really excited for it. The way they compare to those other teams, I feel like they have a lot of structure. I feel like D linemen, the way they go out there and they pretty much wreak havoc out there. The D linemen are pretty good, as well as pretty much the SEC guys. But to us, we're going to go out there and play our game, play our tempo, and be the most dominant team on the field. So,
All right, Caden.
Yeah, I feel like this type of defense, they're always in the right spot. So we have to control what we can control and do our part on offense to give us the best chance to win.
All right, second row.
Charlie, obviously the injuries on the offensive line the last 3 games. I know this is a unit that you rated about at the beginning of the season just because of how many snaps that these guys have kind of taken across the board. What have you learned about this unit just through those injuries late in the year, and what gives you the confidence that they're going to be able to rise to the challenge against what many consider to be one of the more well-rounded defenses in college football, like you said?
Yeah, I think we're fortunate to have some guys up front that are adaptable and can play different positions. Guys like Jeremy James and our center Bucky. So having guys who can Jeremy can play guard or tackle, and Bucky can play center or guard. So having some flexibility, and we're deeper there than we were last year. So I think that helps to it right there, and giving those guys some time to heal up, recover, and rest. It's a long season for those guys, and a lot of those guys, those last 3 games, were playing a ton of snaps. So it's been good to get them some rest, get them back going. But I just think it's been great that we've got some guys who have position flexibility, and that allows us to be creative in where we play our guys. So, looking forward to seeing those guys a little bit healthier, as we go into this game on Saturday.
All right, staying with the row 2 crew.
Charlie, did the defensive improvement that y'all had this year, did that impact the way that the offense was called in any way, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think every game is kind of independent, of itself. Sometimes you got to play a game where you got to score a bunch of points, a game like LSU, and then, at other times, when the defense is playing well and, you try to run the ball, and, you got to do whatever it takes to go 1-0 that week. That's a big phrase that we use around here, is whatever it takes to go 1-0, and whether that's, scoring 50 points, scoring 17 points, whatever it takes to win, that's the biggest thing at the end of the day. Obviously, we want to have a ton of success offensively, but it's great going against Coach Golding and his defense each and every day in practice. They make us better every single day, and so it's been great, having those games where they can step up and control the game for us, when we're not playing as well, and same vice versa. So we've been very fortunate. I think that's a large credit to our defense why we're 10-2 this year.
All right, over here.
Charlie, you're sitting up here with 2 guys that weren't originally from SEC programs. When you're scouting in the transfer portal, how do you know what is going to translate? What do you look for? Is it traits? What specific things are you able to scout?
Yeah, there's several things that you look for. I think one thing too you look at is how did they play against top competition? When they have had those opportunities. And Trey and Caden were both guys that had a lot of production in those kinds of games. And obviously the biggest thing for us too is just getting guys up here and getting them on visits, and what's the fit like. And Trey and Caden are both pro mindset type guys, unbelievable in their preparation, the things that they do, and they've got the ability to match it right there. So I think, you look at the fit, you look at how they do against top competition, there's a variety of factors that go into those decisions. But, these 2 guys right here were no-brainers.
All right, let's switch it up over here. Go to the left.
Charlie, Penn State leads the nation in sacks. How can you use tempo to help Jackson in pass protection Saturday?
Yeah, tempo is always a huge part, of what we do, in terms of getting the D-line tired, not letting them sub, and, certain things like that. So that's just a big part of who we are, each and every week. And, at the end of the day, we gotta block them. We got to get the ball out on time. And, we just got to go out there and execute. It's all about us at the end of the day is a, thing that we talk about. And so utilizing our tempo, playing fast and having success, moving the chains on 3rd down, all those little things go together into us having a good game on Saturday.
All right, back over here.
Charlie, what's the challenges, or if there have been challenges with John David kind of obviously getting that job and balancing back and forth this past month? What's that been like for you, or has it even affected what y'all have been working on?
Yeah, you definitely, whenever you lose a great coach, other people have to step up. So, several of the things that he did and, helping, put the game plan together, we got to rely on some other people in those situations. Obviously, we're extremely excited for Coach Baker to go, and get that kind of a job. I know he's going to do, phenomenal when he goes there. But it's always hard when you lose good coaches or good players. It's very similar. So other people have to step up and, take those roles when he's gone. But obviously it's been great, having him back here for bowl week and preparation and being able to pick his brain and get ready to go for this game Saturday.
All right, let's go front row here on the right.
Hey, this question's for all three of you. Obviously, we know you had a big season, lots of moments throughout that time, but I wanted to ask all three of you, is there any moment from the season that you're like, oh yeah, that's my favorite moment?
Definitely the LSU game, just how we came back in the fourth quarter down, almost two scores, and just coming back and just how we came back during that game and just how it turned out and how it finished, and just how our fans rushed the field. It was pretty awesome.
I was gonna say LSU, but I'll switch it up, and I'll say the state game. That was good. The entire week we got screens up in the throughout the facility with them from last year, smoking cigars because they had won the Egg Bowl the previous year. So it felt good to go into rivalry on a rival field and go get that win. So that was a big win, and that was a real special moment for me as well.
Yeah, I think the LSU game for me as well. I think too, just seeing our guys bounce back, from the loss against Alabama and to come out and to play the way that we did, I think it really speaks to the resilience that we have as a football team, as an offense, and so it was cool. And these two guys were there for that final touchdown right there, throwing it to Trey and Caden blocking for him right there, so it was pretty cool.
All right, over here on the left.
This is for Trey and Caden. The Penn State secondary's lauded as one of the best in the nation. Kalen King will be playing on Sundays. Daquan's one of the better slot corners in the country, etc. You guys have a good tempo offense. So for Trey and Caden, what is your mindset going up against a secondary that is as good as Penn State's?
For me, my mindset every week, no matter what DB it is to go kill, go dominate, don't matter who in front of me. So for me, it's to go out there and play my game and just execute the game plan that's being made for us. And, we know that they got a good secondary back there, but, we got good receivers. So we got good guys that are good pass catchers, and we got a good QB that's going to get us the ball on time. So, we'll go out there and play our game, and we'll bring it to them.
Yeah, kind of like what Trey said. We got great players too, and we have a great quarterback that can distribute us the ball. So we know they have great players. So it's going to be a battle for 4 quarters.
All right, time for a few more. Where are we going next? All right, back up here in the front.
All right, so I have to ask this question because I asked your teammates and other coaches as well. So totally serious question, but does sugar go in grits?
No, never.
I've never had it, I'm going to be honest.
I'm right there with Caden. Not a grits guy.
This has been highly debated all week. It's very split.
No, just straight salt and pepper, that's it.
Cheese?
Oh, we put cheese in there. We ain't putting no sugar, though. I'll put sugar in spaghetti. That's about it.
Okay, that's crazy talk. All right, a couple more. Where we going next, guys? All right, back here, second row on the right.
Charlie, obviously with the wide receiver contingent that y'all had this year, you leaned on them pretty heavily. How would you evaluate the development that's taken place of some of the younger guys that you've been able to retain? What's that been like, considering the snap counts?
Yeah, we're super excited about some of those young guys. Aiden Williams, Caden Lee definitely stand out as guys that are going to have really bright futures for us. They've done a great job. Obviously, everybody wants to start. Everybody wants to, get a bunch of balls and all that. But those two guys have had a fantastic mindset throughout the season of always being ready, always having the, next man up. If an injury does happen, they're ready to go. And so I'm really excited to see those guys moving forward, on Saturday and, going into next season, taking bigger roles and getting more snaps. And so we're really, really excited about those two. They're going to be special. And, there's a bunch of guys in that room that have done a great job all year. Obviously, we've got, 3 frontline guys that played a lot and made a lot of plays for us. But, we got a very deep room, so we're very thankful for that.
We talked with Lane and basically every other offensive player that we've had to talk to just about Dart's growth from year 1 to year 2. And you said yourself just what you saw just from the off season and the spring. But now that you've had 12 games to kind of see that growth come to fruition, what ways have you seen that looking back on it now?
Yeah, I think he just has an unbelievable mindset. His work ethic is top tier. And, the decision making that I think is the biggest thing, and just total understanding of the offense. He's able to go out there, process things at a very high level, not only just what are we doing offensively, what's the defense doing, being able to get us in and out of checks and getting into good plays, whatever that may be, and just taking care of the football. And I think that's probably the biggest improvement from a year ago. He's always been an explosive player. Now he's explosive and he takes care of the ball. So very fortunate to have one of the best, quarterbacks in the country.
All right, anything else for this group? Last chance. Okay, guys, that's it. Thank you very much. Running back Quinshon Judkins, quarterback Jackson Dart, wide receiver Jordan Watkins, and Victor Kern. All right, we'll just go right into it. Keep it rolling.
Jackson, have you made any decision on your future yet? And follow up to that is, how do you stay focused on the task at hand, knowing that you've got a really kind of life-changing decision coming up?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I have a great support staff around me. Great coaches. Obviously, my family is amazing, and have great friends on the team. So, honestly, not really too worried about it right now. Just focus on the bowl game and focus on my preparation and doing my job to help put the team in the best situation to win and make history here.
Right here, third row on the left.
Just to follow up on that, Jackson, what goes into that decision when you get around to making it? You've made a transfer decision before. What goes into the decision about whether to stay, whether to explore your options, that kind of thing?
Like I said, I think that I just have a great support staff around me that's able to give me really good advice. There's a lot of things that go into it. But like I said, I'm just focused on this bowl game and going 1-0 this week.
All right, where are we going next, guys? Here we go. All right, second row on the right.
Just for any or all that want to touch on it, it's been the big kind of rallying point for this program after getting that 10th win at the Egg Bowl, having that chance again to get 11 wins. How much of a motivating factor has that been within y'all's program or locker room or just during practice that y'all can be the first team to kind of etch that mark?
I think it's been just on the back of our minds the whole time, just because it's something that will go in the history books forever. It'll never be forgotten. Getting that 11th win, something that'll never be done and has never been done in program history. So, it's been a great motivating factor for us, and I think it'll take a lot of momentum going on into next season.
All right, Quinshon, what about you?
I definitely think it's been a morale booster in our locker room just to know that we've done something that's never been done before. So it definitely inspires everyone around the facility and just the fans, the whole community, to that Ole Miss can be the top program.
All right, Victor?
I think we just want to stamp ourselves and our legacy as a team. I think we put in too much work to just not go unheard of for this season. So I think it's a great thing to stamp our legacy this season with 11 wins.
All right, over here, second row on the left, please.
Quinshon and Victor, Penn State's run defense has given up less than 70 yards a game. So it's going to be tough sledding for you guys. What have you guys seen on film to help you guys against this big-time matchup against a good defense, one of the best in the nation?
Well, I think just me personally, I feel that as, the type of team that we are, I know that we have grit. The guys up front, I believe in them. as much as possible. I know that Coach Weiss and Coach Kiffin will put us in the best situation to win. So I know that, with me believing in our guys and the way we go out and execute, we'll be fine.
Yeah, they're well disciplined and they're real gap sound. So I think just getting to our spots and executing is a big part of the game plan, and tempo is another big part of the game plan. But I think we take pride as a unit, putting these playmakers in the right spots and blocking out and straining for them to make plays.
Where are we going next, guys?
Quinshon, I was just wondering if you had made a firm decision on what your future is after this game. Are you staying for another year? Are you exploring the transfer portal, any of that kind of thing?
I think just for me right now, I'm at the point where, I'm just focused on this bowl game, just going out with my guys, and that's my main focus is just to win this game.
Back over here to the left.
Jackson, Penn State's defense leads the nation in sacks, 48 sacks. How fast is that defense that you've seen on film, and how's your team helped you prepared for this upcoming matchup?
Yeah, I think that we're fortunate that we've had time to really dive into the film and watch them. They're a great unit, super explosive up front, and like the guy said earlier, they wreak havoc. I feel confident in our game plan going into it. We've played against really good, in my opinion, the best competition all year long. So. Yeah, it's not going to be something to where we feel like it's out of the norm or anything like that. We just got to trust each other, communicate on a really high level, and trust our training.
This is for Quinshon Jackson and Jordan. You guys all came in at the same time. You had last year had its highs and lows. What is it like being here, considering what you went through last year?
Definitely a different experience. When last season we had 7-0 at one point, and then we come back and we lose a lot of games in a row. So I think this year, with us just being steady, getting better each and every week, is definitely improved all around. So I'm excited for us to go out this last game and perform.
Yeah, I'm super proud of this squad. It was disappointing how we ended off things last year, and it really ate at us this off season. So. We took accountability of our actions throughout the season and even in season. Had a lot of big guys step up in leadership roles, and I'm super proud of where we're at right now. And I think I can speak for everybody that we want to stamp our legacy in Ole Miss history. So we feel like we're not done yet.
Yeah, just building off what Jackson said. I'm just super proud of this unit. And just being able to finish ball games. I think that's something that, we didn't harp on a lot last season, was just being able to finish. And I think, you go back and cut on the film and just see how we're able to finish in the fourth quarter, specifically. I think that we're a huge fourth quarter team. And I think that's something that's really, really helped us this season. And just seeing a lot of the guys come together and being able to win ball games, it's just something that you can be super proud of.
For Quinshon and Jackson, will what Ole Miss has been able to do in the transfer portal in the last 3 weeks impact your decisions when you make them?
I think that's definitely a factor that you look into. Obviously, you want to play with really great players, but I think, like I said earlier, I think for both of us, we're just focused on this bowl game. We have a great relationship with guys in the locker room and the coaching staff, and we love it here. So we're really just focused on this bowl game and winning.
Yeah, agreed to what Jackson said. Just really focus on this last bowl game with the support of our coaches and just a great relationship we have with our teammates and the guys in the locker room. That's our job, to just go out there and just focus on this last game.
All right, time for a few more. All right, front row on the right.
Okay, so this question is for all four of you. I asked your teammates, so I'm asking you as well. No pressure or anything. But does sugar go in grits?
No.
I think if it's cheese grits, no. Like if you just got regular grits, and it's good. I've had it before, it's good, but I prefer cheese grits.
I agree with Jordan. If it's cheese grits, no.
regular grits, yes, for sure.
Growing up on the West Coast, didn't really ever have grits, so more of an oatmeal guy.
And you never tried it?
I tried grits for the first time last night. It was all right.
All right, anything else, guys? Last chance? All right, I guess that's it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.